Every year, parents spend billions of dollars trying to give their baby a head start. Flashcards promising early reading, baby genius videos claiming to boost IQ, musical mobiles, learning tablets, subscription boxes stuffed with brain-building toys that arrive every month like clockwork. We buy these things because we love our children and we want to do right by them. Nobody has to convince a parent to try harder for their baby. The problem is, most of us have been pointed toward the wrong tools. But here's what the research actually shows. There is a single daily practice, completely free, that takes about 5 minutes spread across your day, and it does more for your baby's developing brain than almost anything you could buy. It doesn't come in a box, it doesn't need batteries. Most parents have never even heard its name. Researchers at Harvard's Center on the Developing Child have spent over 20 years studying this exact practice. They call it one of the most essential experiences for building the architecture of a young brain, the actual wiring, the structure, the foundation everything else gets built on top of. That might sound complicated, but stay with me because what it actually looks like is almost embarrassingly simple. It's called serve and return. Think of it like a gentle game of catch, except instead of a ball, your baby is sending you a tiny signal, a coo, a glance, a pointed finger toward something that caught their eye. That signal is the serve. And when you notice it and respond with a word, a smile, a bit of warmth in your voice, that's the return. One small loop completed. It sounds too small to matter, but repeated dozens of times a day, this loop is literally how a baby's brain gets built, one exchange at a time. The hard part isn't doing it. The hard part is noticing it's happening at all, because these signals are quiet and they're easy to miss in the middle of a busy day. So today, I want to show you exactly what a serve looks like, what the science says happens in your baby's brain when you return it, and 3 simple things you can start doing this afternoon. Picture this. Your baby is lying on their playmat, and a ceiling fan is turning slowly overhead. Their eyes drift up, they watch it spin, and then they make a small sound, not quite a word, just an ooh, almost to themselves. In that half second, something is happening that most adults would never notice. Your baby has just sent out a serve. Their whole nervous system is quietly waiting to see what happens next. If you glance over, follow their gaze up to the fan, and say something as simple as, "Oh, you see it spinning? Round and round, isn't it?" You've just closed the loop. You've told them, in the only language a baby's brain fully understands, "I see what you see. I'm here with you." This is where the science gets interesting. A landmark study led by Dr. Rachel Romeo, then at MIT, used brain imaging to look at what actually shapes a young child's language development. The surprising finding wasn't about how many words a child heard in a day. It was about how many back and forth conversational turns happened between the child and a caregiver. Children who experienced more of these little exchanges, serve, return, showed stronger development in the brain regions responsible for language and thinking. Not the kids who were simply talked at the most, the kids who were talked with. And here's the part that should make every parent exhale a little. This effect held true across every income level, every family structure, every background researchers studied. It didn't matter how much money was in the house or how many books were on the shelf. What mattered was the responsiveness, the noticing, the answering. That means this advantage isn't something only certain families can afford. It's already available to you in your living room this afternoon for free. So the next time your baby stares at the dog, points at a passing car, or babbles at nothing in particular, try to remember that's not nothing. That's a serve, and your baby is waiting, quietly, hopefully, to see if you'll return it. In the 1970s, a developmental psychologist named Dr. Edward Tronick ran an experiment that's since become one of the most cited studies in child psychology. It's called the still face experiment, and once you see it, you never forget it. A mother sits facing her baby. She's playing, smiling, responding to every little sound and gesture. Normal, warm, everyday interaction. The baby is delighted. Then, on cue, the mother's face goes completely blank. She doesn't leave the room, she doesn't look away, she simply stops responding. Within seconds, the baby notices. They try harder, a bigger smile, hands reaching out, a finger pointing at anything nearby, anything to get the connection back. When nothing works, the baby becomes visibly distressed. Not because the mother disappeared, because her responsiveness did. And then, when she starts responding again, smiling, talking, playing, the baby's whole body relaxes. The world feels safe again, almost instantly. I want to be clear about what this study means, because it's easy to hear it wrong. This isn't about blame. Every parent misses signals sometimes. You're tired, you're cooking dinner, your phone buzzes at the wrong moment. That's not failure, that's being human. What this experiment actually shows is how deeply your baby is wired to expect your responses, and how quickly they recover the moment you tune back in. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be generally, reliably there. So, here's exactly how to start in 3 simple steps. First, notice the serve. When your baby makes a sound, points, or looks intently at something, pause and follow their gaze for a second before you do anything else. Second, return it with warmth. A few words about whatever they're noticing is enough, like, "Yes, that's Bruno. He's coming to say hi." The exact words matter far less than your tone. Third, leave space afterward. Resist the urge to fill every silence. Wait a beat and let your baby send the next signal. That pause is where a lot of the real building happens. Now, think about everything we started with. The flashcards, the learning apps, the expensive toys promising to build a smarter brain. None of them can do what you just did in that one small exchange. An app can't notice your baby's genuine curiosity and answer it with warmth. A flashcard can't lean in and smile back. The most advanced educational gadget on the market is, from a brain-building standpoint, silent compared to a few unhurried minutes of a parent who actually looks, listens, and answers. Your baby is reaching for you constantly in ways so small you could walk right past them if nobody ever told you to look. A coo during a diaper change, a glance at a bird outside the window, a tiny hand lifted towards a passing cloud. Every one of those moments is an invitation, quietly repeated 100 times a day. And if you're here, watching this, thinking about your baby right now, that already tells you something. You're the kind of parent who's willing to learn the quiet things, not just buy the loud ones. That matters more than you probably realize. If this helped you see your baby a little differently today, consider subscribing. We release new science-backed videos every week about the small, everyday moments that shape a baby's mind in ways most parents never get to hear about. And if you think another parent in your life needs to hear this too, a quick like helps this video reach them. Until next time, notice the serve. Answer with warmth. That's the whole habit.